Hello, greetings, and joining us on the broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. Every time I try to fix my chair, it doesn't seem to work. So, alright, greetings. Alright. This is, I don't know, maybe not the best topic in the world, but I think it's worth going into. Probably not a new topic that others have not heard, but it's just a different take on it. And I was going to do a Mars thing, but this might be it. Actually, I should put past life journey, but like a drug addict's journey, but either way. So, can a person be a gateway into hell? Yeah, especially a drug addict or an alcoholic, mostly that. Doesn't mean that they are hell or even a demonic being. Doesn't mean that. Now there are. I'm not judging either, but some that have. So I give a dark. The reason I put the past life journeys because if you had a really dark past life, and you're trying to release it, obviously it's easier said than done. That's why I think this is a pretty important topic. Maybe not the. I'm not gonna go into anything intense, but a soul that's trying to heal. You get into a family that is kind of a lighter energy. Sometimes. And then someone that's been through a lot of darkness is usually like the black sheep of the family. Sometimes, especially when there's alcohol or some just darkness there somewhere, they always seem to find a way to find dark because they're used to it. And of course, they always feel like they're right, be indulging in all this alcohol. And I'm talking about those that are extremists, like really addicts is where I'm going at. Not those that just casual drinking, partying, casual, that's different. But those that are really like in a bad state. Of course, they don't think they are. Why would you think that? Obviously, they know something's not right. But this basically is like the window into the dark realms. They're not ready to close that because they're so used to it. And this is part of healing. It's like you bring in light and then you bring a bunch of dark. It's like they bring in a bunch of darkness and they connect to others that are kind of like. And that's what I mean. A lot of dark people are in some spiritual communities, not all, come off as friendly. And it's like a smoke screen. But end up being not light at all. And there's a lot of that. They're judging other people. They're saying this and that. They're dark as shit. And that's in church. That's in spiritual community. This type also. And it's just, remember, they don't think they're doing anything wrong. They feel like what they're doing, judging others, doing this, they're always right, or to an extent. It shows that that's part of the darker side, too. As a dark, wherever they were, they always got their way in some shape or form. And coming into this world, it's like they're like a dark infrastructure, and they have a chance of clearing it. They're only going to allow certain elements to release from them to allow light to come through. Well, at least they have a better balance, put it that way. Because some can be pretty horrific, especially if people have brothers and sisters that are like that, like super dark. Some they come off as friendly, but there's a lot of, just bad habits. Let's put it that way, really bad. So it's just from different ways of looking at it. But usually it has a drug energy there. It's like you can't function in this world without drugs, basically, right? Try functioning without it and see if you can handle the world. Probably they won't, can't do it. Like I said, I'm not talking about everybody it's like this, but there are certain individuals that can't function without, destroying themselves in some shape or form. I'm talking about more extremists. Those are super negative to their families, or some of them are really nice to their family and play the victim. It's either way, because sometimes they're getting healed by their family, even their family might be mind controlled in some way. But it's also healing the family too to help the person get better and all that. But some individuals here, not all, but some are just like a gateway to the dark realms, and they're just they don't know if this changing their ways is going to work or not. They might, and they might not. It's all up to them. You can offer help, and they can just slap your hand, bite your hand, or call you whatever it is. Because usually they feel like they're always right. And they don't realize the magnitude of what they're connected to. Meaning that some are connected to some really dark shit. And it's not easy for them to explain it. So, and they most likely have had lifetimes they've been running away from it. And they come here to kind of, to do a real. Sometimes it's quicker here, sometimes. But it all comes down to choice. If they don't want to change, there's nothing you can do. So, because you can rehabilitate yourself if you want to. Maybe you want to take a slow part. It's just, they've been through all the drug stuff. They've been through this. They've been through that. I mean, everybody's going to have, well, not everybody, but quite a few have their little stuff they need to go through. Nothing wrong with that. But some just do it forever. And that's where it's getting to be like, damn. It's like, so it's just, I'm going more the drug addict direction. Because some of that just do it extremely, and they become like a functional drug addict. Where it's like, they can justify it, but they know what they're doing is wrong, but they can't get out of it. It has a lot to do with personal choice, that right? And just keep destroying yourself and destroying yourself. And, but it's like they're a window into the dark realms. And around them is, it's really creepy, actually. Through dreams, through attack dreams, wherever it might be. Now, some people that go through that, meaning you're not a drug addict or anything like that. But you experience those dark dreams because you're actually assisting those people. And you might not know who it is. It's like, well, what the hell, this dark being showed up? And yeah, if you have a visit from a dark being too, you might have been trying to assist somebody that's going through all this in astral. And somebody follows you home. It's like, what the, so there's that too. So it's just something I've ran into recently that I'm getting a different take of what I've been through recently. And it makes a lot of sense. And it's just, it's obviously people that are drug addicts and stuff like that aren't going to see it that way. Remember, they're always right, usually. Denial is number one. Denial, I have a problem. They might know they have a problem, but still denying it. So, I mean, it's like the warning signs of, you might want to stop doing this. And if they don't listen, it's like they're going through all the barriers of, don't go this way. They keep going through all the barriers, and then they drive off a cliff. And, and when they fly off that cliff, it's not going to be fun. So, but it's like another way. I mean, there's different ways of looking at it. It's like you have a book, like we have like bookshelves. You have knowledge, and you have books that are of darkness. You're not ready to throw it away. Not ready to give it. It's like, wow. It's like these old tricks used to work. Manipulations, whatever the hell it is, and they got high from it or whatever it was. And they find what I've learned from this book is not working anymore, and then eventually they'll change their tune. But who knows? It's all like those. Like sometimes, some people have family members that are just absolutely atrocious to everyone else. That has a lot to do with self-love. Of that individual, there's no love at all. Just gets a high out of driving people insane. Thing about that though is that's when the demonic energies come in. When you indulge in other people's suffering, you get taken over. People talk about possession. Is when you're indulging in other people's suffering, that is a demonic possession. Because they add a lot of other beings to them to make you into a monster, basically. They turn into a monster eventually, some kind of creature, a demon, basically. And there's different ways they do it. So some of our like the parasite energies. I hate to say it. I think Nancy Pelosi's a parasite. um, that's one example of a parasite. Government's a parasite energy. Not everybody, but quite a few of them are in there. They have parasitic energies, parasitic abilities. They won't let things go. They want to stay on the. They want to stay on a subject matter and destroy it. It's parasite energy. So I think most of our government's a parasite vibration. Talk about reptilians and yada 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 yada, but I always say parasites are probably worse because they get obsessed. They whatever it is, they just want to, destroy. You could say. So, loveliness. So that's part of it. Well, let's see how far I can go with this. How far I want to go with this. It's not exactly the most cheery conversation, but I think it's a good idea to, I think it's worth it. For those who are new to all of this, ivanstalk.com. Our private sessions. We're at a channel. Google has a Zoom channel by phone. It can be recorded if you want it to be. Still 10 days for delivery. I don't know where I'm at. Okay, a little bit more than that. Let's do it 15 days for some. Should be able to catch up. I did a little bit more catching up. Energy is still kind of rebuilding. Same situation here. There are channels and heroes I do recommend. Social network and awesomeness. Thank you for your support. I also have Indiegogo going on right now. A graphic novel. I'm going to be advertising that in some places. Only so much time in a day. My energy has not been the best recently. Because I'm connected to parasites. I've been described as like a Van Helsing. It goes after Dracula. Not exactly the best job, but it's kind of like I've had all these dark lifetimes. It's like you kind of know how it operates. So it's like instead of going into all the love and light and you're just super positive every 5 minutes, it's like you might as well use the talent and the knowledge that you have and use it for others. It might turn a lot of people off because they're scared of their own selves, which is most of society. I mean, if we're a strong society, if humanity was strong, strong, why would there wouldn't be alcohol? Wouldn't be like bars everywhere. Well, there might be bars, but not like where it can kill you type of bar. Like intoxicate you, and it'd be more like elevate you instead of bring you down. So it'd be a little bit different. But we don't have that right now, so. They are doing more of the marijuana stuff, more maybe even psychedelics to a certain extent, kratom, stuff like that. Yeah, that'll probably come more. We got a while for that, but at least the marijuana stuff's coming out a little bit more. Of course, who knows what the quality of some of that is? At least that's government regulated stuff. You don't know what that. Obviously there's cleaner stuff out there, but anything that's connected to the government is probably fucked up as usual. But yeah, this. Obviously there are souls that incarnate here, like dark entities or demonic beings, and because they have a lot to teach, obviously, and they're trying to heal, sort of, or maybe not at all. Either way. But that's what alcoholism and all that, the hard drug stuff. It's not a fun subject to talk about, but it is here. And it's it's part of the Earth's problem. It's running away from your problems. It's trying to dilute it, intoxicate yourself so you don't have any problems. Self-love issues, major league self-love issues. If you have to intoxicate yourself with all this stuff, self-love is not there. It's sort of there, but the more that you drink, the more you dilute it. So. Like I said, people that drink casual drinkers, that's a little bit different. But, it was like my boss, I think he drinks like a bottle of wine a day. And maybe 4 or 5 during the weekend. But he's a functioning alcoholic, so that's, I don't know. I guess it's all in how you treat people and all that too. I don't know if you can keep a balance somehow. That's different, I guess. I don't know. But some are just some that are doing just to run away from their problems. Of course, that's I'm gonna get into that one, but a lot of just running away from their problems, running away from themselves. Running from yourself is probably the worst thing you can do. Facing yourself is probably the worst thing you can do too. Looking in the mirror is one thing, but living those like demonic energies out is a little bit easier said than done, of course. Talking is one way. Therapy, obviously, you gotta want to change too. Most probably don't want to. But it is you can close the door of, yeah, what I saw was like a gateway into hell through some individuals that I've run across. And it can be closed, not always open. Sometimes it's closed. But then it opens up and all hell breaks loose. And the mind's not thinking clearly. And the body's on a race to panic mode, to self-destruction. Of course, they don't call it that. But that's pretty much what it is. Keep indulging in drugs and everything. And maybe I'll get better. It's a one way. It's like throwing dirt on yourself and trying to bury yourself. But your body's event depends on the person. Obviously, the body, if you keep indulging like that, is going to just deactivate, and it's over. Especially when the chakras get damaged. Of course, usually when you're doing stuff like that, the chakras are getting diluted. And you're not connecting to your right energy. So if you're not trusting yourself, you can't make a right decision. Yeah, because your chakras are fucking dead, almost. So how can you make a good decision if you're not thinking right? You're running on panic and all this other stuff, fear of the past, fear of yourself, fear of the future, fear. Of course, you call it something different to justify. I'm not afraid of anything, even when I act like I'm afraid of everything. So, yeah, it's just like a haunted house. Houses are haunted. You hear about it here and there. Like a building can be haunted. A skyscraper can be haunted. A person can be haunted. I think when a person is haunted, it's worse. Because if you're a haunted person, you got all kinds of stuff talking through you. You have all this stuff trying to take you over. You call other people that you're being possessed. And that's actually a reflection of yourself. You're being possessed. So it's different types of possessions too. So of course the worst ones are when you get indulged in other people's suffering. That's like, damn, that's really bad. Like Sam was saying, is a little bit different. Like I don't know, he had more self-control. Some that get possessed have no self-control. I guess that's where serial killers come from too, which makes sense actually. Saddam Hussein was more like a dictator, but yeah, he had other things coming in. Obviously, I mean it was pretty bad, but like I say, he had a balance. He had a balance of narcissism. It was just horrible. But yeah, those boys in school. No, like boys in school, it's just self-esteem issues. It's just either they had issues with their parents are always assholes to them. So they go in school and just be assholes to everybody else. They're doing what they learned from mom and dad. Possibly. Or they just see weakness in others and just, they just want to, mess with it. They want to, I see you're weak and I'm going to come after you. There's that too. And that's a reptilian side. Parasite is one I've been getting into recently, not willing to. Parasites, I think, are a little bit more trickier to catch. They're more hidden. They're not necessarily archons. Archons can be parasites, but I think parasite energies are. Like I said, I use the government for an example of that. Nancy Pelosi is a good example of that. Most of the old men in government, they've been there forever. They look like shit. A lot of them are parasites, depending on the person, of course. It's just parasitic energies are just different types of yeah, different. There's always different types of, different layers of it. Some are extreme, some are not so extreme. So, it's just that, I mean, like parasitic energy is gonna also open up someone to just start drinking. Oh my god, right there. So yeah, and they're from the lower astral. So yeah, so those that have been through trauma in life, and they pick up drinking, and you're just opening yourself up to every type of low dimensional being you can. It's like if you're using trauma as a reason, and you're using drinking as a reason to heal, you just open up yourself to being taken over. And that doesn't mean it has not happened. I believe, yeah, it does happen every once in a while. And when you're so intoxicated, your mind's not thinking right because your chakras are shut down. They're on a lower vibration. And these entities can basically put thoughts in your mind and you're just not thinking right. It's like a whole mess. And of course, when you tell somebody this, they try to hide it. No, I'm not. You're wrong. Put up their walls, get all paranoid, and act all crazy. Coming to the truth, it is that type of, it's like a forest fire. It's like once it started, it's hard to put it out. So, but the person has to want to change, though. The person wants to change, that's what you can do. And it is damaging. That's the thing. People like this can damage families, anybody, friends. They can really alter, do a lot of damage to other people, to damage themselves, which causes a lot of terrible karma at various different levels. It can happen faster to them too because they cause it, so the karma can hit them quicker and derail everything that they built or whatever it is. So hard drugs, that's what I mean. People do cocaine, they do crystal meth or whatever, and they do it to indulge it to a higher level. It really does break the body down. So healing from that is not easy either. Because it's easier to mess you up than to heal you. Of course, you have to want to heal. And that does increase the speed of it. But if you don't want to heal, it just, like, you get all messed up inside and you say you're okay and you really aren't. I'm okay, and you're becoming defensive and you want to become an asshole to others. And you're actually falling apart within. So the chakras can shut down. The chakras shut down, then the body shuts down. That's where you have like a panic attack and you just like, you're going to shock or you're going to, the chakra, part of the chakra, whatever chakra it is. The root chakra, I think, is the major one that shuts down. When you're just doing too many hard drugs, stuff like that. And it can cause a heart attack, whatever it might be. And really break it down to war and make it even worse. So someone on a spiritual path, they don't realize they're doing all these drug intakes and all that to the extreme. Like I said, this is all mostly to the extreme. And alcohol is just, God, it's just it's another gateway drug basically. It just, and they don't make it easy to break out of either. That's kind of the idea. The idea is to break you down so these entities can take you over. Even maybe take over your body. You're not there anymore. And eventually, if you go to suicide or something, they can really take you on. They basically just to kill you, basically. That's what it comes down to. And it's weird how alcohol is illegal. It's freaking nuts. For obvious reasons why it is, but yeah, it's bringing new soul contracts to take over your soul and to kill you eventually. And that's had to do with drugs and alcohol. Hard stuff, of course. And it's some mean stuff. Obviously. Let's see here. Yeah, new soul contract. And some people that are under the influence justify all of that. They justify, I'm doing okay, I'm doing fine, and they have a heart attack or something later on. Because a lot of this stuff, when their body breaks down, they won't see it coming. I'm fine, I'm throwing up here and there, but I'm alright, I'm okay, and then they break down. And in the hospital and all of that, and then they feel guilty about being in a hospital, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. So, yeah, once the body breaks down, rehabilitating is not going to be the easiest, but it is possible, but the self-esteem of that person goes down. So that's the point. It's kind of these entities are slowly trying to kill you, and they are. So, and yet people have no problem with it. You can say you can kill yourself with fast food too. Too much of that. Too much of anything. Yeah, food is one thing too. That's another one. But I'm looking at the hard drug stuff. But yeah, food is another, definitely. So, let's see here. Yeah, because new soul contracts come in. It's like you get a certain soul contract in, there's no going back. A certain one that's going to lead you into your destruction. It's like you made this. I mean, you didn't listen to any of the warnings. And so, okay, and then you get a soul contract that you can't break until you crash. And then when you crash, things get worse. And it's kind of scary, but that's true. I mean, look at the world in there. Of course, you have functioning alcoholics. You have those that are dark to their family members, whatever, or whoever it might be. But even those that are very dark to others can find a balance somewhere. Like they really hate their family for a reason. A lot of this comes from past life connections too. It's like a family can make a person drink. Either that you're in a battle with them and you lost, like they're the enemy, doesn't mean that you're the good guy. You might have been the good guy and they were the bad guy won. However you want to look at that. And then the good guy is now intoxicated, now you lost everything. And so you're trying to, either, however you want to look at it. Yeah, because families are like, sometimes, as I realize, sometimes your families, you're getting reincarnated family members that it used to be somebody you absolutely hated. That's one way to heal it. Or try to, at least. Talking about a major test. And those that have been brother and sister in incarnations that are currently now, that's usually the case. You have the same brother and sisters over and over throughout previous incarnations. Every once in a while, the brother would be a dad or a mom or whatever it might be. I want to say those are rare cases, but sometimes it is. But usually, brother or sister depends on the family and all that. But usually, for a lot of families, the same brother and sister is there over and over and over. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. If you have a lot of bad, if you're doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, and you have a brother's doing the same, you're just kind of doing the same cycle over and over again. But that's a test too, So either way. But yeah, the soul can open up to the gateway to hell. Is like open up to lower astral, and once again, that person is justifying that connection. They say they're positive. I'm positive. Look at me. I'm smiling. Everybody thinks I'm great. But how many churches are out there are corrupted? How much spiritual groups are corrupted? And they're all having it. They all have a smile on their face, and they're all everything looks nice. They have little flowers everywhere. And when you connect to, it's like this is a lot of deception. I mean, how do you think darkness is always going to try and make itself look good. That's how it works. They can't make themselves look good, and they always look like an asshole. They gotta look good. They have to dress nice, look nice. A lot of the CEOs of the companies are like that. Yeah, they just got to put on a good show. Serial killers do it. So, a lot of these so-called good people that put on a nice, friendly show aren't what they seem to be. So, that's up to humanity, obviously, to figure that out. I don't know how that's going to be. So, yeah, when you want a prediction, whenever that changes, we're on the wrong hole on that one. But new timelines are definitely coming for 2020. That's the other thing. 2020 is like an alien. It's like alien numbers. So we're going into like a new frontier of alien reality. 2020, and it goes to 2021, 2022, 2025. It's like we're in an alien era. Just by those numbers. So it shows that we're going more to our galactic direction. As it is in the movies, usually 2015, 20 something, 2000 whatever, is usually a future reality. Even if sometimes it's dystopian, but either way. So it shows that we're going into an alien era. right in front of us. So doesn't mean we're gonna have flying cars anytime soon. We do have like the Amazon thing talking to people. It's a slow burn, but we're going to more of an alien reality, alienation from here on out. Not that we didn't have it in the past, but we're going more of a primitive direction. We're so primitive, obviously, in various ways, of course. You can't just jump into the future instantly. You got to go through a bunch of stuff as we're going through now. So I would even say the year 3000 when things are going to really start kicking in the gear. But either way, technology-wise at least. But who knows? Because we have a lot to learn, and we got to take forever. So either way, we're putting the seeds of for the future generations. That's definitely on the spiritual side of it. So how to heal all of this? Like I said, it's hard to heal something like that to get away to darkness. It's up to the person. If the person wants to change, it's a whole different story. If they say, "I'm fine, I'm great, give me some drugs, give me my booze, and just keep rattling up," it's like, what are you gonna do? Not much. Just watch the Titanic before it goes down. That's all you can do. You just sitting back and wait. I mean, you can interject here and there when you feel comfortable, but it's up to the person. So, because sometimes when you keep going after them and say something, it just bites you. So it just makes things worse. So, all right, that's about it. We have a radio show tomorrow. Neutron wasn't feeling so great, or whatever was going on. Either way, so all right, wish everyone